G'day guys, welcome to another video. I guess I got to do some stuff from home, which I did come back from America and actually had a bunch of stuff to do. We ended up running a drift event, which I didn't film, but after that drift event, Hayden got to do his first ever drift day, which I think I still got some of the footage of. If I don't, you still got some?
I should do, yeah.
But Hayden did his very first drift day and actually did really well. I actually went passenger for a little bit and I was terrified, but I did all right. But he kept on going. Anyway, for that particular comp, I ended up lending the 370Z to a buddy. And how do I explain this? Now the 370 looks like this. It sounds, I definitely made that sound like it was something to do with him. It wasn't. I got the car back. I've had an idea for a while now, and especially after watching Low Standards Jay. He's an old friend of mine from many moons ago. He used to come and do DCA and stuff like that. He's doing all the body swaps and stuff like that. And honestly guys, I've got some ideas. I'm going to show you what the idea is later in this video, but for now I want you guys to go down in the description and tell me what you think I'm going to body swap onto the 370Z. The roof will be cut off. I'll cut the rear quarters off, and this car is going to get a full body swap, and future plans will be turbos, twin turbos, done on a very budget friendly sort of idea. But I'm about to pull this thing out in a sec. My oil cooler leaks, and obviously when I'm doing this whole body swap thing, we're going to be making a lot of changes around the car anyway. But the plan is to keep the 370Z dash, so I'll still have a stereo and stuff like that, which now I need to remember. I need to pull the door speakers out of the 370Z doors and stuff like that. However, right now I want to get onto this Suzuki because I'm going away forward driving in a few days time. It's been go. Obviously you just saw I was at D1NZ. I've got a forward driving thing I'm doing this Friday and Saturday. It's Boston's birthday Sunday, and then Tuesday we'll leave for Japan. We're going to be drifting the Falcon in Japan. A lot of family stuff, so I'm not sure how much I'll sort of put online with you guys and stuff. I may put stuff on the second channel with a bunch of the family stuff. But we are doing some drifting. I'll tell you more about some of the places we're going and stuff when we do get to Japan. But it's just going to be pretty epic there with the Falcon. So I'm going to hopefully, if it's not flat, fire this thing up and drive it out if it's not dead. So only one way to find out, I guess. So weird with no doors, no bonnet, no nothing. Still got lights. Oh, what a gem. This thing is going to be super weird with the roof and stuff cut off, but yeah, it's going to be interesting, put it that way. It's so weird. Oh, what's scraping? Oh, your back plate. It already feels light, just like without doors and stuff.
Really?
I wonder if the new body I put on is going to be like heavy.
Not if we got it.
Well, we'll probably plan to do it, I don't think we will.
Who else thinks it's about time he pulled his finger out and started filming? Leave a comment below. Yeah, nice.
The flex makes sense for what's going to go on top of it.
Yeah,
and
true.
If you've got any ideas, chuck it down in the description. Chuck it down in the comments.
Oh, that's 2 comments to have to leave now.
Well, that gives definitely more of an idea of what might possibly be getting cut and shut onto the top of this thing. It just looks like a wreck. Watch the guy from down the street that has scrap cars. Oh, you got a car for me to scrap finally.
Come on, give me one, please.
There's one.
Yeah, there's one that's still written off.
Yeah. So, and the Irish also went drifting that day in the Skyline. I can't remember if I got any clips of him, but if I did, I'm going to put all that in right now of Hayden and him drifting. Alright guys, welcome to another video. This one is going to be an interesting one. We're here with Hayden. He's the housemate. We brought him in once we lost the business. We definitely needed a housemate to help with house stuff and all that. So Hayden came in, and it's been a great housemate because he's good with the kids. Tiana doesn't hate him, and she usually hates everybody. And what's cool is our neighbor also just arrived.
Sick.
Our neighbor just rocked up here as well. But Hayden has never been drifting before. We actually had the Fridays drift comp yesterday that we ran here at Fridays. It went sick. Unfortunately, I was just too busy running the event to be able to really vlog or show you guys. So you'll have to take my word for it. It was actually really fun, and it went off.
Too.
Went really well. Pardon?
Busy, big crowds.
Yeah, busy with a good crowd. The guys driving, there was some absolute wicked driving. So really stoked on that. Hopefully we get to do that again in the near future. But anyway, Hayden has never drifted before, other than almost every day he comes back past the back of our house, where he'll generally kick the clutch and you hear like wub, 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 wub. It's like, oh, Hayden will be home in a minute. So that's sort of how we know he's home. So yeah, very first time drifting. I'm going to come along for the ride. I've got this GoPro here and one on the outside, and I'll have to get someone to yeah, it's on. We'll have to get somebody to get some outside footage after it. Probably once he gets better at it, so he looks better. Yeah. So yeah, we don't necessarily need outside views of spinning.
We need Tinder profile quality.
Yeah. This is why he wants to drift, guys, is to elevate his Tinder profile. So it's probably be a little bit of a test video. Will be, how does being a drifter affect your Tinder?
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to edit this before we'll see any results, especially the way your track record's going. But we'll see how he goes. It's a how much horsepower does it make?
500.
Oh, so 500 horsepower, JZX 100, 1J, big turbo, obviously manual. It's got a little bit of, it's got a Blackheart's knuckles in it.
Yeah.
So just some Blackheart's knuckles.
And rack spaces.
And some rack spaces. So it's got a decent amount of lock, nothing crazy. And we're currently sitting here with the AC on. I think he's going to leave the AC on for it, so it'll be sweet. No, you leave, if you want to leave it on, you leave it on. Howdy. Wait till you go and then turn and kick. Don't do a swerve at. So do a little bit of a wait for it. Wait. Keep going. Keep more speed. Turn. Into it. Not big one. That's it. Oh. Now see how you're like, you need to fucking get into it. Brakes. There you go. Back onto it. Oh, yeah. Get your hand off the gear knob, mate. Drive with two hands. All right, go. Give it another big one. Go back up there, have another go from there. So try and get this corner. No, try and get this corner. Get your hand on. Yeah, now go. Oh, yeah. You're right, keep going. Get a bit more speed going. There you go, now go. Yeah, basically you're not getting her lit.
Yeah.
You're not quite keeping it on boost. We've done a bit more of a pep talk about just sort of the way to turn in and then where to kick and stuff.
See if I actually
should be this time. This will be it. So turn and just give it a boot now. Big up. Come on. That's it. Go. Oh no, turn in. Yeah, you still have to turn in. Yeah. That was good though. Kick. More throttle. Run it out wider. Don't turn. Yep. Hey, going for it, dude. That's good. Scared. Definitely scared. But that was better. I mean, it's the two things at once. It's the feet and the hands, and you're getting like, all right, I'm doing the feet thing, and it's like, yeah, you still need to do the hand thing.
You are dripping a little bit of oil or something. I don't know if
it'd be AC.
Nah, it's oil.
Oh, it's oil.
Yeah, when
I'll
you
go with
take
subs.
it, yeah. Just go with subs.
Oh, well, that was a better one for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely terrifying me. I think he's trying to get his coordination down between the feet and the hands, because yeah, you're getting the feet thing a bit better now, but then forgetting about the hand thing.
Yeah.
So it's getting those in sync and happening, and yeah, we'll get there. Alright, and there was something I kind of didn't tell you guys, but this got in a little incident. It looks a lot worse than it is, but I got a little scuff on the front quarter panel and the front bumper, so I've just sent that off to get fixed. And I just took the door off, because you need to take the door off to get the quarter off. So it looks far worse than it is. Oh, and I very slightly damaged the carbon fiber right there, so very slight. So not a big deal, but on top of that, I did break my 1600 horsepower rated, which I thought were warranted axles. So I'll get back to you on that situation. I'm not going to name any names or a business or whatever, but right at this very moment, I'm disappointed. But we're still going through things with that whole situation. But yeah, we're going to leave that. I'm not even stressed on this thing. I do have some events coming up that I'd like to drive that in, but we've got Japan and everything else before then. I said I'll have these panels back and it back to looking pretty. I just need to work out what I'm going to do with the axle in the meantime. But otherwise now I want to get on to some stuff that I needed to do on this Suzuki. Alright guys, it's the next day now and it's at night, because I've spent since 8:30 this morning roughly on my computer trying to make my computer work. Didn't want to hassle my friends, ended up calling my friend Russ, and Russ said, you really should have called me, why didn't you call me? And he fixed my problem on the computer straight away, so then I could finally get the edit done, which is the edit you guys sort of saw yesterday, but it also means it's now dark and I didn't get literally nothing done. And it's what time now?
20 to 7.
Oh shit. But Hayden, I did hear him moving the Suzuki around, and I kind of wondered why, but he's been kind enough to get it up on the thing.
We've got a mission again.
Knowing that, yeah, no, I've literally, well, I'm going Friday to go wheeling, and today's Wednesday. I got one more day.
Yeah.
I just want to do a ton of bar work and stuff before I go. Rear radiator is still not going to happen between now and then. That was something I wanted to do before this trip, but I've even had 2 seconds, honestly. Cool. You gonna have a dip?
Yeah, I'll have a dip.
I'm gonna go and have some dinner with my family, and I'll be back out here soon. But yeah, thanks.
No worries. What have we found?
Lucky I looked. To be fair, thought.
Lucky
you
it's
know,
Wednesday.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'll check out and make sure all my welds are up here. They're bloody spectacular. But that doesn't look spectacular. Look at that. It's a full big splitty boy. And that is like broken all the way around. So that's new. Everything else looks pretty good though. But that's new. The reason I was under the front here looking is because I've got a couple, my air locker line is snapped. It was, I guess, when I redid some stuff here at the front, it put the bar in a slightly different spot, so it actually
Pinched
hits up in there, I guess, which I don't know, it might be the difference in these coilovers or whatever, but something touches somewhere now and caused me to squish my airline. So need to make the airline run in a slightly different spot, and that could have been a showstopper pretty much as soon as I got there. So I'm gonna have to pull that off and do some things, some weldy things.
Ooh.
Yeah. Not fun, but
Might
you're
be
pretty
able to
much
practice. It's
you're
been
pretty
a while.
much sorted on that, eh?
Yeah, I just got to tighten a few nuts down there.
It's actually easier than I thought. That probably should have done that ages ago instead of pumping oil out onto absolutely everything. But
And stinking up the joint.
yeah, that's the biggest problem. It was real stinky, wasn't it? All
Well,
right,
the other problem was, and something I really appreciate is, I don't know if you guys can see it.
oh, the grease.
Get the grease in there.
Yeah, look, it's good for you, mate. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing this while you keep doing that.
Copy. So, things have escalated a little bit.
Forgot we were vlogging.
Yeah.
Kind of need to do that to show the people.
What's going
it's-
on here?
Well, that bit that was on there, I was trying to just basically cut it back and make it,
Weldable.
you know, yeah, not V it out. So I got a nice bit of stuff there to weld, and then it snapped, and here we are. Now I'm trying to basically jam these back together, and it'll just mean one day we need to make a new one of these arms. If I do need to adjust it, which I shouldn't really need to, like, yeah, you just shouldn't really need to. If I do need to one day, it just means I'll have to take one end off and literally physically do it. So yeah, not an ideal situation, but it is what it is. We'll try and get this back together and then melt it back together.
Watch the
If I
safety
don't
boots.
destroy all the threads on it, which I have already, I think. But yeah, the idea is to basically get this back together. But the problem is, it's like left thread maybe. Oh, is that it?
No,
No, it's going on the piss. God damn it. Yeah, because it's actually still slightly bent there, if you can tell.
It does look like a banana.
Yeah, so it's not an ideal situation, but I'll try and get it back together. Like I said, just burn it a bit, melt some metal together, and
Make it work for the weekend.
that'll work for the weekend. And by the weekend, I mean till it ever breaks again one day, and then I'll
And then
worry
we've got
about
to
it
weld
then.
it hurt later on.
Well, we'll just weld it back together. The good thing about something like this snapping is you do just weld it back on. Like, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, bit of a shitty situation. Bit more maintenance than I thought I needed, as usual. But it's usually stuff that I would miss. So I'm glad you put it on the lift and we saw that, because that would have broken within 20 minutes, I reckon. That I can't believe it came back from that full drive park like that. Like one, and I was hawking it on the way back too. Not that, like, the thing only goes like 60 is pretty scary in this, but still, you don't want that to happen. Lose steering anyway. Would have sucked losing steering somewhere real crap, because I was in some pretty hectic spots there.
Well, you were on your side.
Yeah, well, that too, yeah.
And now you got Boston with you too.
Yeah, he's alright. Seatbelt on him, so. Alright, we'll keep going, and we'll let you know when we weld things. It's going to take me another hour just to get the thread started. I've been using this.
Yeah.
I've been using my welder.
Me.
Oh, is that why my end looks like that?
Me and Irish. I'll throw the blame there.
You passed that buck real quick.
Fucking hell.
So one thing I haven't mentioned to the people, being you watching and you Hayden. Well, I did note to you, but I have added sleeving, which I slid down the pole before, which I'm going to be able to put over this to help with the whole strengthening. Definitely got it. It's hot. Like, real hot. It's a really hot weld.
The young fella was trying to watch through the window.
Just tell him off.
Yeah, I told him. He's trying to get your attention. I think he's trying to say goodnight. Yeah.
So what I was saying, just quickly, I asked if you could do a little grind of my welds. Not that they're bad, it's I need to be able to slip the that over to I reckon there, and then we'll weld it.
Grinder and paint makes up for the welder eye, ain't?
Yep, that one. Weld on there. Right there. Got some weld right there.
Weld on that there, pup.
Yeah, she's bloody strong, mate. Complete overkill. I love it. So next time I need to change that, I would say there's a fairly good chance I need to change the whole thing. Look at that weld though. Look at that little Johnny.
Ooh.
Some Peno, boy.
I don't know anything about that.
Oh, yeah.
That I know plenty.
Not saying anything. Not saying a word. You said it yourself. Right, I should be able to wind him back home. There's a whole lot of heat there now. I'm just going to have to wait a little bit. But
I'm more interested to see if you can actually wind it in and out.
the whole thing,
Yeah.
I'm honestly very doubtful. But you'd actually never know. My only small concern is clearance on the ends. So this drops back in here, and this. Oh no, it's gonna be alright.
Yeah, it's ages away from everything.
Yeah, I was just worried this might be near something. Look at that, it's a big boy end. I'm gonna send some pictures to my Forby friends. I think they'll be proud of me. I reckon Ross is gonna be like, not bad.
Yeah.
He was telling me to come around so he could TIG it with his fancy TIG. You've got a TIG as well, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, my TIG don't work.
Yeah, so anyway, that's really good. Another one ticked off the list that we didn't know about.
We didn't know about. Now to get on some air lockers.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. I need to get bits.
Terriblevlogs.com.
Look, there's certain times when, realistically, I got back from New Zealand, yesterday, after an overnighter flight instead of getting back at midnight like I was meant to.
Woke me up at 3:30 in the morning, yes.
That was 4:30.
Nah, 3:30.
I didn't land till, trust me, I didn't land until
4:30. Copy.
I landed at, I don't know. Either way, I didn't get home till bloody just before 5. That's when I knocked on the door. I must have woke you up. I didn't even knock. I
woke up to the car coming down the drive.
I rolled down the driveway.
Yeah.
Anyway, in the commotions and everything we've been doing, and including Mama Bar, Princey's mum, who lives 150
5 doors that way.
150 metres away.
Yeah.
Having a whinge about the bloody noise, but she's the only neighbour that's complaining about the noise, so anyway. Turns out my uni was gone as well, so we've gone ahead and knocked that out with great difficulty.
That was
I
a
guess
mish.
I've done unis before, but it's been so long, I just couldn't even remember how to do it. But I'm gonna have to go to a new uni tomorrow. It's a new airline for the
Locker.
front locker, and I'm probably just going to take that rear radiator out so people stop looking at me weird, because it's not actually hooked up yet.
Same as the rear battery.
Last event they kept looking at, yeah, my rear battery too, but they kept looking at my rear radiator like, it's not hooked up. I was like, no shit, but yeah. We'll get back on this vlog tomorrow, guys. Alright guys, day 2 of this vlog, we're into it. We've been getting stuck into, not the car itself yet, I've been to the shops and bought everything I need. New uni joints for the front shaft. We also got, rather than running the old 4mm airline, which everyone's like, yeah, that's crap. These days, no one really runs it. A repair kit for that was $50 something. An entire 6mm replacement kit with all the fittings and everything I need was like $47 or $46. So that's fantastic. So get rid of the blue. I'll be on a thicker and more durable airline. So that's going to be really good. And then what else did I get while I was there? Diff fluid. So I'm going to refill the rear diff because it's been leaking for a while before we replace that seal. And yeah, I think it needs to be filled up, to be honest with you. So I'm going to fill up the diff with some oil. Might check the front diff oil as well. Should be good, but I'll check it. And I believe other than that, because I haven't had a chance to do the rear radiator, I'm just going to take it out. I don't want it just sitting in there potentially getting damaged. I'm going to see how I go for time, because I'd love to do these bars over the top, but honestly I don't want to stress myself doing it either. Yeah, and then I've got to pack and get ready to actually go away on this trip. So we'll be doing one night of camping with Boston, and then doing full drive recovery there the whole time. So I'll hopefully be able to film a pretty sick vlog for you guys. I want to try and spend a bit more time and like check out some of the other machinery there, and I really want to learn more about it, because right now I'm constantly calling my buddies up and, you know, guys that know stuff. But I think if I can spend a little bit more time around the cars and sort of just learn a bit more, that's definitely gonna, you know, help me going forward. But no, I mean, looking forward to a good weekend. It's an Ultra 4 series I'm heading to, so yeah, look it up if you haven't already. It's a pretty cool series here in Australia, and I definitely like supporting. They're all good people, all the drivers are cool. It's just a good event, honestly, and I like probably the camping side of it just as much as, you know, the competition, watching the comp and all that sort of stuff. So I'm excited to head out again. So I'm just fixing other things in the background that are hanging that I keep seeing. I want to stop finding things wrong with this, but yeah, I do give it a really hard time. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm excited. I'm actually doing some proper maintenance this time around. So yeah, we'll keep going. Alright guys, well, all done, but what I didn't show you guys is we did get the wrong uni. It was a different style uni rear to front. The rear's Hilux, front is a Suzuki of some description, so I've bought a spare for the front and also now have a spare for the rear. Should I ever run into these dramas again, they're going to go in my spares box. Now I've got to go ahead, put this back in, then get on to the air locker situation. It's all fun and games though, isn't it? Bloody cars, especially ones like this, which are a mix of this and that, Hilux, Suzuki, Toyota, like it's all just a mix, and I'm just finding out what works and what doesn't. And yeah, the cars pass through a few hands as well, so it's always fun and games trying to work out what's what. All right, so I ended up finding a plethora of other issues with the car, as well as getting on to the other stuff. I just found a lot of loose nuts, loose bolts, so just did a full nut and bolt on the whole car. Redid my left front hub, got the 6mm air lines in, everything seems to be working. I'm going to give it a quick little test up here before I go, or before I load it on the trailer. Really glad I went right over the car though. Obviously I got my son in the car this weekend. Wife is holding the camera now. I know that makes her happy though. Done my due diligence. I've actually the way it is with these things though, now I've spent a bunch of time and fixed a bunch of stuff, it'll probably immediately break.
I'm gonna make you do this every time you go out with him because...
That's fair. No, that's fair.
You said...
No, 100%.
You're like, could have died. And I'm like, sick. Thanks for telling me.
Yeah. So, I'm just gonna... Whoa.
You just bent something on the Z. There's room for Fink. I'm not sure if you bent something in...
One left front spinning. Today.
Yes. Is it not meant to be spinning? Could it have anything to do with all the fluid that's on the inside of the tyre?
Alright, I got a little bit flustered before because I couldn't work out why my front locker was working. I ended up just the seal wasn't good enough on the top seal. I was actually running the wrong piece. Ripped that out, got the right one in. However, the seal inside my diff now is no good. And basically it's pressurizing the diff and pushing oil out past the seals. Only matter it if I have the air locker on for a prolonged amount of time, it might be a slight issue because it'll just push some oil out. But otherwise, basically, it's just pressurizing the diff itself. So I guess if I go through some deep water, it'll be good. I'll just turn the air locker on, it'll pressurize the diff and air can only come out of the diff and nothing can go in. But more than anything, I will fix it. I'm probably just not going to fix it now. I'm going to go start getting our camping gear together. Boston's obviously home from school now, so I want to start getting all our gear together and packing for a weekend of full driving. I'm actually really excited. I wanted to go to this four drive park. This is a four drive park. I got a big puncher in the Raptor in, but I've said it'd be great to go back in this thing where the tires can handle it a bit more. You know, they're not road tires. So I did want to go and get a tire to put on that rim. So I would have a spare for the Raptor, but I honestly just can't afford it at the moment. So we're just leaving that for now. So yeah, excellent. LukeFink.com. Grab yourself some of the merch. We've got a special now as well. 3 shirts for 120 bucks. And if you're going to be at any of the upcoming events, like the next, the D1NZ final, let us know. We can bring them for free, so you won't have to pay for postage. Same goes for the next Hot Pit Auto Fest. So it is up. Well, guys, we got the Suzuki done for the most part. Like I said, I had that small issue. We are fully loaded up now for our trip this weekend with my son. I'm very, very excited for it. I'm going to run inside and edit this now. So you'll be watching this. If you're watching it the day it uploaded, you're watching it the day I drove out to this 4-drive park. So if you're keen, come out there. It's the Springs 4x4 park. They have a big event, Ultra 4 event this Saturday. So if you're around, definitely come check it out. It's pretty sick. Yeah, I'll be there running around with the Zook, me and Boston, and having a general good time. So yeah, look forward to getting out there, having a camp with my boy. And we'll see you guys in the next one. It's a bit of a different pace from the racing, but we are, yeah, off traveling again soon, but see you guys soon.